Joining us tonight, I'm Rosalind Giles. In our top story tonight, hundreds of people around the country will be gathered around their TVs tonight for the final showdown to determine who will be the football champions. The Carolina Panthers and the Denver Broncos will face off shortly. News 9's Arisha Jones is at the Wild Wing Cafe at Columbus Park Crossing, where people are showing up for all the excitement. Arisha, set the mood for what's going on right now.
It is extremely loud in Wild Wing Cafe tonight. You can hear the band playing behind me, and there are several people out here at the restaurant tonight getting ready to eat some wings, and they got their drinks that they're just ready for the big game tonight. The party starts in the parking lots when you pull up to Wild Wing Cafe in Columbus. Games, activities, and music for all to enjoy hours before the game. But once you step inside, the celebration gets even bigger.
This is the one everybody's been waiting for. So this is the 50th year for the Super Bowl, and so we're going to blow it out.
General Manager at Wild Wing Cafe, Dennis Butterfield, has all hands on deck to accommodate customers on the busiest wing day. They are expected to cook about 30,000 pounds of wings.
We almost have 150 employees here, and everybody was eager to be a part of it, and so it was easy.
Wild Wing Cafe can hold almost 300 people inside, which will be standing room only when the game starts. Wild Wing Cafe will show the game on all 56 TVs in the restaurant, but they say this is the best seats in the house to watch the big game. Gregory Blue brought his whole family out to watch and cheer on their favorite team and player.
101.3 has been advertising it. I have a son that works here at Wild Wings, and we just came to have a good time for the Super Bowl. We're repping Carolina today. We want Cam to win it all today.
And all of the iHeartMedia radio stations are raffling away $10,000 in prizes.
Every 50 minutes today, we're dishing out prizes ranging from hoverboards to 50-inch TVs to recliners. We got all kinds of stuff. Yeah, all kinds of stuff going on.
Goodies, weekend giveaways, all of that.
All the activities tonight here at Wild Wing Cafe will continue until the game ends tonight. And I'm not going to tell you who I'm rooting for. I'm just ready for the big halftime show so I can do my Beyonce dance. So back to you, Rosalind.
To record that Beyonce dance for us, Arisha, a lot going on there. Some big prizes giving away. And don't forget to bring us back some wings. Thank you, Arisha, for that report. And for those of you hosting a private watch party, there are a few food safety tips to keep in mind. First, you want to make sure everyone washes their hands before eating. It's your first line of defense to prevent the spread of bacteria on food that's out for guests to enjoy. You should also keep raw foods away from cooked foods. That way, there isn't any cross-contamination with any bacteria. Health officials also say you want to make sure to keep cold foods cold and hot foods hot above 135 degrees.
Yeah, I would suggest on hand they have sufficient amounts of ice to keep cold things cold and a way of keeping hot things hot. So crock pots, steam tables, or pots as you can keep on the stove to keep dips and other things that you're going to be preparing and serving hot.
Altogether, the average person will eat an estimated 2,400 calories during the game, so watch out. We're great weather today on a great day for the big game. Elizabeth, most folks are not outside though, but if you have to go to a party, no problems here in the Valley, right?
Exactly. If you're heading out the door right now to reach that 6:30 kickoff, it's a fabulous weather, 56 degrees here in Columbus, sunshine across the entire area, just looking like a fabulous day all across the Chattahoochee Valley. I actually have a picture from outside up in Callaway Gardens, so our north viewing area looking gorgeous there. Plenty of sunshine. The sun is setting. It's just looking great. Again, no matter where you are, the forecast is clear and quiet for the rest of your Sunday evening. Hour by hour as we break this down, you do see we'll get down into the upper 40s, of course, when that sun sets. It will be chilly coming home from the big game tonight, but we have even colder air on the way. We'll talk about that and a chance of those snow flurries all coming up a little bit later in the show, Ross.
All right, thank you very much, Elizabeth. In other news tonight, a Columbus man is in satisfactory condition after being shot twice. The 24-year-old was hit in the chest and knee at his home in the 400 block of 17th Avenue around 10:30 Friday night. Police have not named a suspect or a motive for the shooting. Now to a story we brought you yesterday. We now have pictures of the bizarre car accident at Reese Road Elementary School. The driver of a GOLD truck who'd just been stabbed crashed into the fence at the school's playground at 3:45 Friday afternoon. He then hit a teacher's car while she was in her vehicle. She is okay, but the driver is in satisfactory condition tonight. He suffered 2 stab wounds by a guy who he reportedly was trying to catch a ride with him. Now, people came together today to call for an end to violence plaguing the Columbus community. The Peace and Unity Coalition held a Unity Peace Walk to bring awareness to the issue. Organizers say ending the violence will take the community as a whole. Everyone must be involved. They just want the community to be a decent place to live for everyone.
I think it benefits community to save our young brothers, to lift our young brothers up, to let people know we tired and sick of tired, we killing each other, slaughtering each other, and throwing each other down.
Dozens of people, including plenty of kids, showed up for today's march. Now, an update to another story we brought you yesterday. Thousands of Auburn students are celebrating a big win after surpassing their goal for this year's 14-hour Auburn University Miracle Network Dance Marathon. The group raised more than $424,000. All the money raised will benefit Children's Hospital at Midtown Medical Center. Over the past 5 years, the organization has raised over $1 million for the local Children's Miracle Network. One animal rescue in Lee County had a special event today. Four Paws Boutique hosted an adoption event yesterday in Auburn. Over 40 pets were looking for forever homes. All the animals have been spayed, neutered, vaccinated, and microchipped, but need a loving home.
Trying to raise awareness to get some of these babies some good homes. We have so many in rescue right now that just need loving, good homes that have been here for a while, and we thought the best way to do that is bring them out and let people see them.
Back across the river here in Columbus, the Paws Humane Adoption Center is also hosting an adoption special. So many dogs there are available for adoption for only $14 through February 14th. A recent survey ranked 3 Georgia cities among the most educated in the country. The survey, conducted by degreequery.com, ranked United States cities by the percentage of people who hold a bachelor's degree or higher. Atlanta held the highest slot of the cities in Georgia at number 24, followed by Cumming and Marietta at 41 and 42. The most educated city in the United States was Arlington, Virginia. The launch of a missile by North Korea is being largely condemned. We'll have the details coming up. And the death toll rises while the search for survivors continues in Taiwan after a deadly earthquake there.
And here's your Colony Bank Fish and Game forecast for Monday. We're in the excellent category for 2 times tomorrow. Best time will be 1:20 in the morning and 2 o'clock in the afternoon. For more on that, visit WTVM.com. After the break, we're going to talk about your work week forecast, including some showers, along with that chance of snow flurries, so stay tuned.
coverage you can count on. This is WTVM News Leader 9.
The world is reacting to North Korea's launch of what it called a satellite. Today, the United Nations Security Council held an emergency session to discuss the long-range missile launch. They have strongly condemned the incident and will be issuing new sanctions against North Korea. The U.S. and South Korea are in discussions about the possibility of deploying a missile defense system along the peninsula. South Korea's defense minister calling the launch, quote, provocative. China, who has close ties with North Korea, has said they are very concerned about the potential deployment of a missile defense system to the area, saying it would only escalate tension. Alabama Senator Richard Shelby is also condemning North Korea missile launch. Earlier today, he issued this statement. The North Korean regime continues to expand and improve its missile and nuclear programs. Yesterday's launch underscores the critical importance of the ground-based mid-course defense system. If North Korea ever foolishly decides to launch a missile at the United States, the GMD system will protect the American people and our homeland. Today, officials in New York removed a collapsed crane from a street. The area is still blocked off after the deadly collapse Friday. One person was killed and 3 others hospitalized for the incident. This morning, workers sliced up the crane into dozens of pieces and hauled it away.
This area is going to be cut off, largely cut off or partially cut off for several days. We'll make every effort to accommodate people.
Officials say it might take a week to determine what caused the crane to collapse. Officials in Tainan, Taiwan are bringing in heavier excavation equipment to get people trapped there under the rubble. The city was struck by a 6.4 magnitude earthquake just before dawn Saturday. Officials estimate there are more than 100 people still trapped in that rubble of a collapsed high-rise building. They say they can hear several people that need to be rescued. So far, at least 26 people have died and dozens of others have been hospitalized. Hopefully they'll be able to get to those people really soon.
Yeah, thoughts go out to them.
Yeah, great weather here today for the big game.
It was a gorgeous Sunday, a little breezy out there, but it was really nice. Sunshine, you really couldn't ask for a better way to end the weekend. The big story, you heard me talk about snow flurries. I know people are like, what? But we're talking about cold. So that's really that's the biggest impact that we're gonna see.
So you don't think we'll see any?
No, it'll be a flake falling from the sky and it'll be cool to look at.
Like last time.
Exactly.
Very brief.
Very brief, nothing sticking. But the cold is the story. So that's what we're gonna talk about first, are those morning lows over the next several days, getting down into the 20s, especially on Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday morning right now is gonna be our coldest morning with temperatures in the low to mid 20s. So very cold at the bus stop on Thursday, but really any day this week is going to be freezing and below, so make sure the kids have the big jacket out with the coat and the scarf and the gloves, whatever the case may be, because it's going to be cold. We'll talk about the futurecast with the snow flurries coming up in just a second, but again, if you have any plans this evening, your forecast looking fabulous. We're in the 50s right now, and we'll get down to the upper 40s as that sun starts to set, so really a nice evening. 55 right now in Auburn, as well as Union Springs, 56 in Columbus, coming in at 54 degrees in Fort Benning. Dry right now, nothing across the Doppler 9 radar network, but that next system is inching closer, and with that we will have a couple of showers pop in on Monday. So let's play out what we're talking about. The next system will bring in some clouds starting around lunchtime, so your morning commute tomorrow looking great. 7 a.m. sunshine, but there's the clouds. They start to roll in, and then we get a couple of isolated showers. Just a 20% chance of rain tomorrow, so not amounting to too much in terms of rain even with that. So that'll quickly move out. Some leftover moisture will stick with us, and then that's when we could start to get some of those some of the snowflakes. We start to see some pink and even some white in the parts of northern Alabama and north Georgia. This is at 12:30 a.m. Tuesday, so during the overnight hours of Tuesday, that's when it's going to start to get a little chilly, get to that 32-degree mark. So that's why we are anticipating a couple of snowflakes around. But again, the best area to see any snowflakes will be in North Alabama and North Georgia. Any accumulation here, we're not anticipating that, but again, we could see some early Tuesday morning with a couple of those snow bands coming through. This is 7 a.m. Still see some of the white there mixing with the clouds. So again, as I'm going to say it one more time, we're not anticipating any type of accumulation, just some snow flurries for your Tuesday morning. That will quickly move out though, and by Tuesday afternoon, just a few lingering clouds, and that's really all the rain chance that we have in the forecast all work week long. Tonight, your forecast 36, mostly clear and cool. Tomorrow, tomorrow. Your highs reaching the low 50s, so we start that cool down tomorrow. The biggest shot of cold air, though, will start to move in by midweek. I did give an alert day for Tuesday just because we could see some of those snowflakes and also because of the big cold shot of air. We get down into the 20s for those lows, those highs only in the 40s for Tuesday and Wednesday. And your next 9 on 9 showing Valentine's Day. Sunny, 48 right now.
Definitely getting colder by Tuesday.
It's going to be cold. So yeah, that's what we want you to focus on is the really cold temperatures, not I said the S word.
All right. Snow, right. All right. Thank you, Elizabeth. Well, coming up, it is the big game, and we'll get you ready for the kickoff with a preview, including who to watch out for when things kick off. We've got to look at some former SEC players starring in tonight's contest. Plus, yesterday was a huge day for a pair of former Auburn Tigers. We'll have more on the awards they won.
Now, from WTVM Sports Leader 9, Paul Stockman.
In case you haven't heard, there's a pretty important football game happening today. Yeah, Manchester United and Chelsea going toe-to-toe. No, not that kind of football. Of course, I'm talking about the big game, and there are plenty of players to watch out for in the 50th edition tonight. Of course, the biggest narrative, Broncos quarterback Peyton Manning, and whether or not this will be his final game. Some say he will retire after this year. And on the other end, there's Panthers quarterback Cam Newton, the former Auburn Tiger, looking to earn his first NFL championship ring. And put the Panthers on top for the first time in franchise history. In fact, there are plenty of other guys from nearby schools to watch out for. On the Carolina side, there's, of course, Cam Newton, and then there's Thomas Davis, the linebacker. Both the guys are captains of their respective sides from Auburn and Georgia. But also on defense, Roman Harper, the Alabama grad, and Joe Webb, the wide receiver from UAB. Now, over from the Broncos side, Peyton Manning, of course, from Tennessee, and also Demaryius Thomas from Georgia Tech, and DeMarcus Ware. Now, he's from Troy, but he's also a native of Auburn, graduated from Auburn High. Plenty more names on both sides from the SEC, but those are just a few of the key players you'll see tonight. Now, before all the festivities today, the NFL announced the Hall of Fame class of 2016 last night. Brett Favre earns a first ballot entry. No surprise there. Second all-time in passing yards and passing TDs. Also got a Super Bowl ring in there. That's enough to earn a Hall of Fame spot. Joining him is former Alabama Crimson Tide QB Ken Stabler. He earned a spot in this year's class. Also making the list are wide receiver Marvin Harrison, offensive lineman Orlando Pace, and former coach Tony Dungy. And a former Auburn Tiger will join this year's Hall of Fame class as well. Linebacker Kevin Green will be enshrined later this year. He played for the Panthers late in his career, but spent most of the time with the Los Angeles Rams in the 80s and early 90s. He currently ranks third all-time in the NFL with 160 career sacks. Also last night, Cam Newton won the NFL MVP award. And once again, no surprise there. Had a great year for the Panthers, throwing for 3,800 yards and 35 touchdowns. And then there's that whole leading his team to the championship thing. This MVP award is also big for the Auburn Tigers, as Cam becomes the second former Tiger to win the Most Valuable Player award this year. Some of you may remember Toronto Blue Jays outfielder Josh Donaldson won the American League MVP late last year. He's also an Auburn grad. And believe it or not, folks, there's some other sports going on today. We start with some hoops. Auburn facing Alabama on the women's side in Tuscaloosa. Both teams rocking the pink this afternoon, and Auburn's Katie Firking was rocking as well. Here she drains a three to put the Tigers up by 8 in the third quarter. Then in the fourth, Bama hanging around. Hannah Cook with a three from the corner cuts the Auburn lead to 5. But Firking and the Tigers were able to hold on. Here she drives, the defender falls down, and then leaves her wide open for the jumper for 2. She finished with 22 points this afternoon. Auburn goes on to win 59-55. To the men's side of things, Georgia Tech facing Miami at home. We'll pick this one up in the first half. Georgia Tech's Ben Lammers coming up with the big block here, and on the fast break, Marcus Georges-Hunt gets the pass in there for the layup and the foul. Tech has a 2-point lead early. They kept it close all afternoon, but Miami would get the win in this one. A fast break for the Hurricanes, and they're going to dish it up to Sheldon McClellan. Yeah, he finishes strong. Pretty strong. Tech loses 75-68. To the NBA now. Hawks on the road against the Orlando Magic down in sunny Florida. Second quarter, Mario Hezonja here for a block. That leads to a fast break for Orlando, and you can pretty much tell how this one ends. Yeah, Victor Oladipo there for the two-handed jam for the Magic. They're up by 6. But third quarter, final seconds, Hawks getting on their own fast break. Thabo Sefolosha with a heave at the buzzer, banks it in. Nice job there. Final seconds of the game now, game tied. Orlando with the inbound, Nikola Vucevic with the buzzer beater. Hawks lose a heartbreaker, 96-94. And some ice hockey also this afternoon on this Sunday. Snakes taking on the Ice Gators of Louisiana. Picked this one up in the first period. Blake Hightower high sticking there, getting a little too high on the Snakes there. He's going to go to the box for 2, so the Snakes are on a power play. Columbus trying to get something going. The shot here is saved and covered up by Brad Barone. And then later, big play here for Brandon Jagger, diving and still making a nice cover and save. No score after 1, but the Snakes are trailing 2-1 in the third period. That's your look at sports.
Hopefully the Snakes can pull it out.
Yeah, we'll see. It's in the last few minutes now, so they're going to have to step it up. But they've done a good job for most of the season, so hopefully they can turn it around here in the second part.
All right, thanks, Paul.
No problem.
And Elizabeth, get us ready for tonight.
Yeah, not too bad if you're getting out headed to watch the game. We're going to see temperatures tonight near 50 degrees. Tomorrow, much cooler. Tuesday, much cooler than that. We're going to cool down in a big way with that shot of cold air. We'll see some rain with it and even a snow flurry.
Even a snow flurry. Got to add that bit in. We'll be watching for all of that. And, of course, we want to thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you back here tonight at 11. Be sure to go to our website, WTVM.com, for updates 24/7. Have a great one, everyone.